Hi there, Carson Hetty. Hope all is going well. It's a troubling time right now for our communities, our country, our world, for a variety of reasons. Um, and it's very challenging, I think, in this time to really stay focused on what matters, which is people, which is how we conduct ourselves, um, being respectful, meeting people where they are and where they need to be met, and again, meaningful communication and understanding. And it's difficult when there's so much going on that's negative in the world. I've taken a couple of different approaches. One, I've been very intentional about um, not posting reactive things on social media. It's not always easy. Trying not to read social media at certain times of day because it is filled with a vitriol that is unlike anything we've ever seen. Um, I always like to look to scripture when I can, just to make sense of things, because I have to remind myself all the time that this life is not the end game. That we are all striving to be part of a perfect existence with Christ, and our times on earth are short, are limited, and so we have to use that time very intentionally to be good to each other and control what we can control. We can't control all the hate, and I think that's what affects some of us so much, is that we can't control the massive amounts of hate. There's some people that we can't change. The devil works in people, and it's funny, my wife and I were talking about this, and she actually said very profoundly that Satan acts in people and makes them do things that that fuel this hatred, and that unfortunately that's sometimes what some of these folks were called to do. There's a passage in Matthew where Jesus talks a little bit about the end of days, and it's been very helpful for me. He says, "Many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah, and they will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginnings of birth pains. Then you will be handed over and be persecuted and put to death. You will be hated by all nations because of me. At that time, many will turn away from the faith and will betray and hate each other, and many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold. The one who stands firm to the end will be saved, and this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." I'm not saying that the end is near, nor am I saying that it's coming, but I think a passage of that ilk really helps us sometimes look toward what matters in life. And again, it is doing the best we can to be people, the best we can to show respect and love one another. And even in times of strife and in times of doubt, and when horrible things are happening in our world and we want to get involved, we can. We can do so peacefully, respectfully, and in turn, those who are able to hear voices, they have to be acknowledged. So much of life is about acknowledging the perspective of others, and if we are closed-minded and if we fail to acknowledge the perspective of others, then we are the problem. And so I encourage you to think about that, in these days and weeks to come, especially in light of everything that's going on in the world. Stay focused on Christ. Stay focused on loving your neighbor, which is his ultimate commandment. And stay focused on being the best person, the most empathetic person, and the most understanding person that you can be. Thank you, and God bless.